I invested into crypto. That worked out. Stock market, it worked out, but
Yeah.
I always took risks, man. Like I can't live life. I almost feel weird if I don't take risks. Like I'm in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, that's a risk. They don't know what it's like here.
They're scared. They're scared.
Yeah.
I think this is the part we can probably like start recording. I mean, stuff that we can keep in, about risks, right? Yeah. Yeah, taking risks is very important, man. And people that don't take risks, they're scared. They're too comfortable in the matrix, and they have their slave jobs forever, And they're always complaining, They want this and that, and then they look up to me and they say, "Man, you got a good life." And I said, "Why the fuck are you working then? Like you got to take some risks. If you don't take any calculated risks, you're never going to be able to. You're never going to go anywhere, right?"
Yeah.
So,
without risk is no reward. Everything, the universe is a lot of things is binary, right? So for you to receive a reward, there must be a risk.
Exactly,
So it's just how the universe has designed it. You can't. Everything's a trade-off. If you want X, you got to do Y, and you still might not get X.
Yeah,
you might have to do A, B, C, D, E, and then to finally get X. So it's the thing. It's just how it is, man. And for me, I'm still on my journey, but for me to be where I am right now, like at the age that I'm at, I know that I'm way ahead of people in the same age, at 28, 29 years old, like most people in my age group, bro, I'm telling you, they're just robots, bro. Like,
they don't. I always ask myself like, or I wonder why don't they get it? Because there's some really smart people, but they still don't get it. But then it comes back to the consciousness being woke and spirituality, and it makes sense that. But what makes most sense is that not all of us are meant to awaken, Yeah, and it's really deep, but yeah, it's like you said, you need to risk, and you need to learn skills, right? Best is to follow your passion, right? But even if there's something that is not so much your passion, at least something that you somewhat like, because then you'll attack it with a lot more motivation than something that you don't like, right? Because things that I've tried that I don't like at all, fuck, I couldn't pay attention, I couldn't it was just so hard to learn.
You know what it is too. Actually, I want to just piggyback off this point you made, because with crypto, right? When I tell you I'm the least technologically savvy person that you'll probably ever meet. Like in the beginning, not anymore, but when I was first starting out, because I'm just bad with tech. And so I was like, fuck. But I knew that's where the money was, man. I knew that's where the money was going to be.
Exactly.
So I knew I had to force myself, bro. And now I love it. Now I love tech. Now I love, but in the beginning, I hated it, bro. But I was like, fuck, bro. There was days I would literally like study for like 5, 6, 7 hours after work, bro. I would work, get off work, and this is all I cared about, because I knew I need to learn this shit. I need to get it now. And I started to see the market start moving. I was like, fuck, I need to get it now. I need to get it now. So just to let you know, like, it's just it's sometimes you got to do stuff that you hate to get to do stuff that you love.
Right? Yeah, that's what Mike Tyson said, something very similar. He said, discipline, see if I can get this right. Discipline is doing something that you hate like you love it.
Yeah.
And then discipline becomes routine. So you get used to doing it, right? So everything you got to do, just keep on doing it, and you get used to it, and then it's normal. Like for example, with my nutrition, with my training, with our willing to learn, the time that we spend in learning about crypto, for example. Like I was fascinated by crypto because I knew it meant freedom, financial freedom. So
me too.
I was fucking interested from the start. Now, some of the things to learn about it was really tough and took a lot of like time to learn, but we took it far, and you took it a lot further than I did. But still, people can learn a lot less and still accomplish financial freedom, and through crypto. it's so fucking simple. So that's the key is right. The key is getting rich, right? Is getting rich or achieving financial freedom, right? And that is with getting the most money possible. And there's nothing bad about money. Money's good. It's just energy. Of course, you don't need that much money, but if you can get as much money as you can in a healthy way, why not get it? Because the more money you got, you can help more people with it, right?
Exactly.
And that's why I never felt like I need to get more material things, to get happy. The things that I do or will do in a few years when when everything that I have in crypto, all our investments really flourish, or really get high and value. All things I have in mind is just positive things. Is bettering my surroundings, because that brings true happiness. Is bettering your surroundings and helping people around you. It's shared happiness is twice the happiness, right? So and that fulfills. The key to life is like doing fulfilling things, and just that's the
No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. And it's, man, I keep trying to tell people this year is like the last year to get really good discounts, man. Like if you miss dollar cost averaging this year, forget about it. I mean, like you're still gonna make multiples, but imagine Bitcoin, by the time it hits the halving, it's around that time, which is it's in March, bro. It's not that, bro. People act like it's 1 year.
I thought it was in June.
No, it's in March. It's in March.
March 24th?
Yeah, hold on. Oh, okay, Google. When is the Bitcoin halving?
According to Forbes, the Bitcoin algorithm dictates halving happens based on a certain creation of blocks.
Yeah.
So we have about a year, right?
We have roughly, bro.
But until then, people are already positioning themselves now, which why we're seeing the increase, because people are well aware of the Bitcoin halving coming. So so as you said, this is the last chance to really to get really not to achieve financial freedom, but to achieve to get rich. Flat out, to get fucking rich,
bro. I'm telling you, and dude, $10 trillion market cap is what me and Tan, right? This is our thesis, right?
Yeah.
I think the same thing, like 10 trillion at least, right? Because we got the 3.5 trillion market cap last cycle. And bro, there's no way the market cap is just gonna double. It's gonna do at least like a 2.5, 3x, right?
Yeah.
So because when you're looking at it, right, if Bitcoin does a 10x from here, right, which it could do something around that range. We're looking at around a $4.5 to $5 trillion market cap, right? And if we're doing that, if we're doing that math, let's say it's around 5 to 6 trillion, right? Bitcoin is always usually around 40% market dominance, right?
Yeah.
So if it's always 40% market dominance, then that means that the entire market cap has to be anywhere from like 7 to 8 trillion on top of the 6 trillion from Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right.
But
just
so people understand real quick. What you're basically saying is that whatever you put into crypto, even if it's just Bitcoin, all the other good products, they're gonna multiply by a lot more. But as you said, just getting to Bitcoin, whatever your investment is going to 10x. So
it's going to 10x. You should do a 10x at least from the market bottom, right? Which was 15, the bear market bottom, which was 15K. So at least it should do 150K. And that's when I bought it 17K, right?
Yeah.
I made sure I secured another whole coin at 17K.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, hey, it might drop to 12K, but I'm fine. I'm fine with that because I know where things are going, and everyone was super scared. But
and it's still going to be way undervalued once it hits even 150 or 200K, because if you just in fact there's a I think it was I don't remember the link or the website, but the amount of new wallets that are being opened, that are being created daily, and just all the people that are taking their money off exchanges and putting it into their private wallets, this just proves where Bitcoin's going. And you
60%
imagine it as a slingshot. It's just keep on pulling and getting it's getting more and more attention, right? More and then it's gonna blow up. So
I'm telling people it's 60%, by the way, of the last statistic I read. It was 60% of people are holding it in cold storage or in hot wallets.
Yeah.
So that's look at that 40% of the entire supply that you see is what's available.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy,
that's how illiquid it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can't get their hands on it. The thing is already secured. The thing is, look, if you don't have at least one whole coin, right? Here's the thing, man. There's only 21 million that will ever be minted, right?
Yeah.
And there's 50 million millionaires in the world right now, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have at least one, if you don't have at least one, you're gonna miss the greatest wealth transfer in history. That's all I can say to that. I secure mine. People need to go secure theirs, man. Like if you're not understanding the dynamics, if you're not understanding dust, right?
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is when you're doing P2P transactions, there's a little bit of dust left in the wallet. So there's always going to be a little bit of less Bitcoin over the course of time, right? If you're not understanding the dynamics of this, right? If you're not understanding supply demand, you're not understanding illiquid assets, right? Bro, it's going to be crazy. And the thing is, you're not understanding the macro. If you're not understanding the currency instability in countries like Nigeria, where they're trying to escape the CBDC, where they're crushing ATMs to get US dollars out to try to escape the CBDC, where they're purchasing Bitcoin at a 2x multiple right now. Yeah, I know because I have clients there. I have clients there, right? Okay. Right? Because they're trying to get their money out of the system because they're rolling out the CBDC fast. The CBDC is supposed to come at the end of this year, right? And for those who don't know, CBDC is a central bank digital currency, right? It's basically leveraging the blockchain, but having one central entity that controls it. So basically the same system that we have now, only the only difference is on the blockchain, so they can do things quicker with the algorithm, right? So if they, for instance, see that you're flying too much and you're doing too much carbon emissions in the air, well, they can just cut you off, right? They can put in the algorithm X amount of times or X amount of carbon that you can emit each and every month from driving, from flying, right? They can put it in the algorithm and then it just stops you from being able to purchase things. Oh, you said something on Twitter they don't like? Well, they mute you now. You can't transact today. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And we don't like China, so you can't purchase Chinese products.
Yeah, well, China's already doing it, right? China's already doing it. They got the social credit system there. So
it's crazy, man, bro. It's happening fast, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. The need for Bitcoin is crazy. When you have these central banks, they're trying to close people in a dystopian future, bro, where you lose. How do you win if you don't have money outside of the system?
Yeah, it's right? It's you have to diversify, and it's if anybody, it's just smart to at least having a small portion of what is the biggest thing since the internet. You're right.
Yeah.
So
I would say so.
It's just common sense. So people really need to understand, that they need to get into to crypto. If it's just Bitcoin because it's the simplest thing, right? That most know, But there's also some other good projects, that I don't want to name some now, but pretty much top.
Buy this coin. Buy this coin.
It's chill, right? Even though if we go ahead and mention one, we're not shilling them because their market capital is already so high. What is our little shilling going to do? It's not going to bring us any profits, right? But yeah, what like name one right now, like for people.
For me, I really like the Cosmos, man.
Exactly. Cosmos.
The Cosmos is because the thing is, for those who don't understand the complexity of currency swaps, right? Even if you want to swap Lebanese lira into USD, it's complex to be able to do so, right? And when you take that logic and you apply it into the chain, right, the blockchain, it's very, very nuanced, right? Because they figured out a way to alleviate any middleman and integrate this thing called a bridge. And so the best way I try to describe it is, for instance, say you have a car and it's with Bitcoin logo on it, right? And you have a car and you're driving through a bridge, right? So essentially what you do is before you get through the bridge, at the beginning of the bridge, you get off the Bitcoin car and you hop into an Ethereum car, and then you drive with all your belongings. You take all your belongings, put it into the Ethereum car, you drive through the bridge into the Ethereum city, right?
Yeah.
And that's the best way to describe a bridge, right? Because the thing is, only Ethereum cars are able to drive around the Ethereum city, right? So that's how basically to describe transactions and the flow of value, right? And so what you're essentially doing is you're showing proof that you have the value in the Bitcoin car. You're taking that value, putting it on the Ethereum car, and you're driving it from the Bitcoin city through the bridge to the Ethereum city. And that's essentially bridging, right? So you have to move, because blockchains have different coding and algorithms, right? So that's the issue that they're facing. And so Cosmos has this thing called the IBC, the inter-blockchain communication, right? And so you can leverage their SDK, which is their standard development kit, and you can leverage that, and you can use that standard development kit to build out your own chain. And soon you'll be able to leverage the base layer, right? The layer 0, right? You'll be able to leverage layer 0 where you don't have to create validator sets. I don't want to get too much technical. I know I'm starting to I'll probably lose a couple people, talking about this. It's for you. Obviously, for you get it, but I don't want to.
I was just about to say, just for people who understand, it's the Cosmos is interoperability, right?
Yes.
Right? Is that okay? Right. So as you explained, Bitcoin into an Ethereum car, why would people do that? Exactly. Said in in a simple way. Why do people want to do that?
Yeah, because people want to participate in another network, another ecosystem, right? Because there's different
blockchain, right? Or the blockchain.
Yes, on the blockchain. Because blockchain smart contract platforms, they offer different utilities and different forms of value that people are looking for, right? For instance, games, or maybe they can leverage data storage in one blockchain, because basically you can build applications on top of the layer 1, right? The layer 1 is the smart contract protocol, like Ethereum, for instance, and you can leverage the layer 1 to build on top where you don't need a validator set. Because the thing is, for instance, the miners, the best way to describe it for people who understand Bitcoin, the miners, right, would be sort of like the validators in this case. But with proof of stake protocols, smart contract protocols, they have more validation sets where it's more energy efficient, right? But where the miners, for instance, you're using computational power, right, which is energy inefficient, right? To solve complex math problems, to be able to get the opportunity to verify transactions on the chain, to keep the entire system running, and you're compensated for that, right? That's the incentive, the incentivization model, right? And with Ethereum, for instance, I'll just keep it simple because people don't know Cosmos and stuff like that. With Ethereum, it's a layer 1 smart contract platform. What I mean by that is basically smart contracts are if-then statements, right? If I give you this $10, you then do 10 push-ups, whatever, right? Already coded within the platform, right? So you no longer need a middleman to be able to do value exchange and participate in decentralized finance, right? And then a whole bunch of different models can be built off of the ability to leverage smart contracts to remove the friction, because there's a lot of friction in value exchange, right? Like I just told you, the Lebanese lira trying to move it to USD. People want to move value instantaneously. This is not an opinion. This is a fact, right? People want to move value instantaneously, right? And this is, especially if you look at Gen Z, they want everything quick. The thing is, the entire setup for the technological advancements right now is set up for Gen Z and Gen Alpha, right? The ones that are born, I think, in 2020 and above. It's not for us, right? They're setting stuff up not for the millennials, not for Gen X. They're setting stuff up for Generation Alpha and Generation Z, right? And so what do they want? Things fast, instant gratification, things quick, less friction. And so the technology is just a better, cheaper, faster version of what we have currently, right? In terms of value transfer. So when you look at that, the entire landscape of economics is going to change exponentially, right? So you have the combination of artificial intelligence, right? That's exponentially going to scale intellect, right? And be able to create these data sets, package them into a form of a platform that people can leverage to do workload and to increase the capacity of the workload that they can do more quicker, right? Then you have that with the combination of economic output being able to go quicker because you have less friction within the system, right? So what I mean by that is, for instance, I think there's going to come a time where everything's connected within the blockchain, where people pay for things, and immediately through the smart contract, it's already disseminating the information a little bit to taxes, a little bit to the employer, like fractionalizing it, right? It's fractionalizing. So I pay $10 for this coffee, 0.0001 cents goes to all the employees, right? And then 0.0001 cents, 0.1 cents, 0.1 cents, 0.1 cents, and then 10 cents goes to taxes, and then another $5 goes to the business already through the smart contract. So everyone will get their money faster. Like you already see it now with DeFi. We can get our money within seconds, right? We get rewarded within seconds.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the capabilities of this technology is going to completely shift it's going to make things with less friction, right? So we're going to have frictionless type of environment. So everyone's going to get their money quicker. And when everyone gets their money quicker, well, that means they can leverage it quicker, right? So the economic output is going to increase exponentially within the next 5 to 10 to 15 years, on top of the combination of artificial intelligence too, so you have, man, it's crazy, man. I could go on and talk about this for a long time. I hope I didn't lose anybody during this, but Barry, I mean, I know you get it, bro, but a lot of people, they don't understand.
I do get some of it, but I'm not on your level. Because I'm in the metaverse, in the gaming sector. That's what I chose to concentrate on.
Yeah.
And just DeFi in general, right? So but your knowledge is pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why I was asking to explain exactly what Cosmos is, and like maybe like in a very simple way, as you said with the cars, so people can understand why they should buy Cosmos and what it's needed for, exactly, right?
So Cosmos basically alleviates the ability to need a bridge. You don't need a bridge with Cosmos because anybody who joins that ecosystem, you can create your own blockchain. You can literally have your own use case without having to worry about building another different type of form of algorithm or code, and you can connect and communicate with other people seamlessly, right? With other blockchains. So people can jump from your chain to another chain. So it's kind of like the websites now, right? We have over 1 billion websites. Yeah. This is how I see the future of the blockchain technology. It's gonna be mandatory to have it integrated some way, shape, form, or fashion into your business model. It's gonna be impossible. You're gonna have to integrate it in some way, shape, or form into your business model, bro. And they're gonna make it easier and easier, like they did with websites. Now you have like Shopify, you have like WordPress, all these different types of things where you just need plugins. You don't even need to understand code, right? Yeah. It's gonna get to that point where you can just plug and play. But that's going to take a little bit of time to get to that point where you're going to have, I think, application-specific chains. So I think Cosmos at the forefront of this, of building these application-specific chains that can communicate with one another without having to use a bridge, because bridges are a little bit risky. They get hacked. It's very experimental.
Yeah, I hate bridges.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm betting on Cosmos. I like, these. I'm looking also. Well, I don't want to tell everybody everything I'm looking into because. Yeah, but do a consultation.
Exactly. Yeah, but the takeaway is that Cosmos has a real important user case, and it's extremely important. So, and us mentioning it, you mentioning it, is not going to make any difference because on the price, because it already has a large capital. But this is just for advice from good projects to invest in, and just the projects that I like to invest in general. I'm not going to name any right now. I might name one, but it's just I like to invest into projects. I'm just going to say real simple projects that are needed. For example, during the gold rush, don't dig for gold, sell shovels, right? So things that are needed. So that's what I like investing in. And I always have to think of the movie Wolf of Wall Street, where he sold the pen, right?
Yeah.
And he was telling sell this pen, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about, okay, this pen is nice, it writes very good. Shut the fuck up, man. Do someone else. Sell me this pen. And then he said, no, So he told himself, do it like this. Write this down. So, well, I can't. Here's your fucking pen, right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, you're right, man. And that's why I hope that Ledger goes IPO, because I would buy that. I would buy that stock. Because they are the shovel. They are the shovel.
Yeah. Crazy, man. But, they need to do that.
Yeah. But it's go ahead. Sorry.
No, because these cold storage wallets, that's talking about security. That's so fucking important. You know, because as we said, you don't want to keep your money on an exchange like everybody's doing, like on Binance or one other exchanges like crypto.com and so on. That's like a bank, and you can have the same thing happen to you. What happened in Cyprus? The money that the bank can take your money away, and there's nothing you can do about it. They can freeze it. I've seen it happen. It actually happened to myself. I had to prove where I got these funds from, right? That's none of their fucking business. So if I would have sent the money to a wallet, a private wallet, not an exchange, but a private wallet, which is, as we said, it's basically a crypto address, and it's like a vault, and only I have access to it. You know, nobody can take shit away from me, and I can receive and send money from this vault with the keys that I have. No one has access to it. So and there's two forms of wallets. There's hot storage wallets, which are online wallets, which are also not as safe. And also the cold storage wallets, which are like the Trezors and the Ledgers, which are like the little USB sticks where only you can confirm the transaction that you do. You're about to add something, right?
No.
Yeah.
No. You're absolutely spot on, man. Like security, I just wanted to add on that security is before you start investing in crypto, understand security, guys. Like, understand you can go on YouTube. I have a course that you can take if you want that. There's so many different resources you can find online to gather information. If you want the information consolidated, you can take my course, right? But I really go in depth with security, because before I even go to the investment portion of actually how to make passive income, how to leverage miners and nodes and staking and DeFi and farming, before I even get to any of that, you need security, right? You need to understand that if your value is not protected, you got to think of it. You become the bank. Crypto is leaving the system that we have currently, and you are now the bank. So if you want to be the bank and you don't have the right security, how do you think you're gonna win? Right? Someone's gonna come. They're gonna hack you. You don't understand what malware is, right? If you don't have your computer properly protected, you don't understand phishing. Phishing scams. If you don't understand all this stuff about cybersecurity, guys, you should really take it serious to understand it. I'm going to actually start adding some more stuff into the course, for the basic course, for free. I just want to teach people a little bit about cybersecurity and stuff like that, because people don't really get it, bro. And it takes time. But if you, like I said, you can find the information yourself on YouTube, or you can get a consolidated course with someone who actually is knowledgeable on the stuff and actually knows what the hell he's talking about, right? Yeah. But yeah, it blows my mind, man. And then people don't understand the difference between Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. I'm like, if you don't understand these basic elements, these basic concepts, right, then don't get into crypto, man. Like, don't think you're gonna look. You might get lucky. There's some people that get lucky. They buy some shit coin that goes like 1,000x, 500x, whatever. And but those that's not the reality of most people, right? Because most people, as I always say, are most people, right? So the reality is most people they fail in crypto because they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand the trends. The thing is, you can't beat expert, right? An expert derives from the word experience, right? And so if you're not following the trends, and you didn't see what happened last cycle, you weren't in last cycle, you didn't see, because you remember the trends. It went from to like DeFi, and then they started, the trends was like shitcoin rebase season, or like burn coin season, like Safe Moon and all that stuff. Burn coin season happened, then NFT season, then a gaming season happened towards the tail end, and in between that, you had a mix of like rebase tokens too as well, in between that. So you need to understand what the trends are gonna be, and you need to base your investment thesis based off of what you think the trends are gonna be, And if you don't know, go ahead.
No, just real quick. You need to understand when to take profits, because not taking profits are unrealized gains, and you have to constantly take profits, to secure your when something's going up. So that's what I just want to say real quick.
No, that's you're absolutely correct, man. Like, people don't look, man. If you make a 2, 3, 4x within a week, I understand that. Like, I know you think it's gonna keep going up and stuff like that, but just be satisfied, dude. It takes some people years in the stock market to get a 2, 3, 4x, right? Yeah. And if you get that within a week, you just be happy. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, no one knows when to take exact profits, but come up with a game plan for yourself. Don't be over here when Bitcoin drops 10, 15, 20% within a week, thinking that it's going to come, it's going to recover and go back up, and then it doesn't. And then you miss your window opportunity is gone. Your ability to get more wealth for yourself is gone.
Let me say this real quick. Do you guys want to work? Who wants to work for someone else? Do you guys want to work? Do you want to be free? Do you want to have time for whatever you want to do? Of course you do, right? Then you need to get into crypto, right? And this is not advertisement. This is being honest. Van has helped me so much in crypto, and it's in his classes. He does a really good job in explaining it, and you don't have to put a lot of time into it, but just the basics, and then the coins that he tells you to get into. And these are not some bullshit coins. These are projects that are they're already established. So, and they're going to do their 10, 20x's for sure, and even more in the future, right? So if you want to achieve financial freedom, this is very important for you, because if you don't plan on working, if you don't want to work in the future, right? So who wants to work, right? So yeah, definitely check out his classes, yeah, and his online his advice, and it's going to help you out a lot, if you don't plan on working in the future, right? So yeah, this is the opportunity to do it. So I would take this very seriously, because this is a once in a lifetime chance, that people saw. Maybe there were a few lucky ones of Amazon with the internet, the .com boom and so on. But to catch these wasn't that easy. To catch this one, the crypto, this is the second chance already. We had the first chance in the last bull run, which is 2021, right? No, 2000. Mm-hmm. When was it?
2021. The halving was 2020, and then it really kicked off once Bitcoin, it passes all-time high at Q4 of 2020. Yeah. So yeah, at the tail end of Q4 in 2020. So that's when the bull run doesn't start until Bitcoin crushes its previous all-time high.
Yeah. So now we're in some people are saying bear season or not, but anyway, we're in the lows that we had before the last bull run. You can buy the coins at the exact same prices. Well, at low prices, even lower. I think some are even lower, right? But
some are even lower. Some of them are a little bit higher, but it's somewhere around. Does it really matter when it's 20x?
They're really good entry points, to get these coins. So yeah, you're gonna be looking at a lot of wealth you can create by getting into crypto, and then you'll be able to do whatever you want to do, concentrate on whatever you want to concentrate, right? And move to any country that you want to, as we have, because we got it, we did get into crypto, and that has been the biggest difference for me. That has allowed me to do everything that I want to do, basically, to a much even more extent than I've been doing it before. Yeah, and it gave me freedom, and it took my worries away from having my money in the banks, and getting frozen for whatever reason, because I just heard too many stories. I just don't like the banks having too much control. It doesn't make sense. You should be able to control your own money, so without having to hide it somewhere, because that's not safe either, And,
definitely not. Yeah, man, guys. Well, this concludes. I hope you guys found this stuff valuable, and I hope you guys really do take this stuff serious, man. And I've been preaching about crypto since 2020 to tell people to get in, and to tell people, like, look, this is literally the only way. If you don't have a lot of money, this is the only way to exponentially scale your net worth, man. And it happens so fast. I'm telling you, once Bitcoin moves so fast, just even in the bear, it shot up 7-8K within a week, a week and a half.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane. You're gonna miss this train if you don't get on it. But let me say this: what is the purpose of this channel that we've done? We're not in it to make money. We have our financial freedom. We believe in karma and giving, right? Giving not to receive, but if there's a universal law that if you give without wanting to receive, you will receive. In different ways. You will still receive. That's, like I said, not what we're doing it for, but you will be rewarded for helping other people in some form. But anyway, that's our purpose, is to help people here. And this is not some bullshit channel or podcast just to make money. Now we're really in it to help people and talking about interesting topics. And so that's why we really advise to take this seriously and get into crypto, because I know too many people have gotten filthy rich from crypto, and they're, there's, in my opinion, they're living too much of a what's it called, lavish lifestyle.
Lavish lifestyle. Yeah,
it's too extreme. But I don't need that. But still, just being able not to go to work anymore and helping someone else earn money, being able to open up my own company, which I haven't decided on yet, but I will decide soon. After the next bull run, everything goes up even more. Yeah, and just making my own money, help myself make more money, right? Letting money grow, right? Let my money work for, let money work for me, right? So that's the message I want to bring across about this podcast that we're doing. Yeah,
man. Well, this has been great, man. This has been great. Like, man, Barry, I just want to say thank you again, man, for doing this with me, man. Like, I wouldn't have.
It's crazy how we met. Like I said, I've experienced like some crazy shit in my life, and that has got me on this whole like spiritual path, because I was a person who didn't believe in it at all. I was a very rational person, and I still am, but I didn't believe in any of this these stuff, like this spiritual stuff, until I saw, I'm going to call them signs, right? And I saw them so often. I'm like, this is crazy. And I started looking into it, doing research, and I'm like, man, this is not a coincidence. And then I started realizing there are no coincidences, because the shit that started happening to me, people would consider me crazy. And most people that I've spoken to that have seen these things, if they spoke about it, they would be considered crazy. That's why they don't speak about it. And that's why I don't really want to. I might in later podcasts about some things that happened to me. But I know for myself, I know I'm not crazy, and I understand people that don't want to talk about it because other people would think they're crazy. Now there are people that are fanatic and are crazy, but there's a clear difference between those people and people that are level-headed and speak common sense like we are, right? So yeah, there's really a lot of crazy stuff, going on, and just, yeah. So there's definitely a universe, right? Not the universe as we see it in space, but universal laws, and just we're all connected to the universe, because we are all one, right? So and we've all connected, and we just lost many of our abilities through time, because they're trying to hold us down, right? And not letting us have our full capabilities. But yeah, that's so much for that. Yeah. I don't know where I left off at, where we met, right? How we met. Yeah. How we met was crazy. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the way we met was so, the chance of us meeting was just crazy, and it definitely made me believe that it's not a coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it happened with a dog that I purchased. And yeah, and this, yeah. So I'm just leave it at that. So
yeah. Amazing, man. Amazing. Well, guys, this concludes another episode of the Mooncast, man. And I hope you guys stayed until the end, man, and really got some value out of this, man. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, man.
Yeah, peace. Really fun.
Have a good one.
Sharing.